What's going on, guys? We got some more information about Wayfinder and Digital Extremes, Airship Syndicate, and how all that stuff operated and how it's going to work going forward. First off, I'm going to go over this image that I got from Wayfinder Training Force from the Discord, from Wayfinder General Discord channel, where Saro-san talks about some points. First, he says that Airship Syndicate has plenty of money to support Wayfinder going forward for a few years, the last he's heard, and Digital Extremes was responsible mostly for support staff and helping by providing a guiding hand in regards to feedback, as well as some technical server-related information. And then the last point he wanted to make is that Digital Extremes shut down the entirety of the external project division, not just Wayfinder. So there are other games they had that they were working on that are also being affected. It's not because Wayfinder did anything wrong or they weren't doing anything fast enough. They just get thrown to the side. They just cut that whole arm off. With that said, let's go ahead and get into this questions and answers that this AMA that Solid Age had late last night on the Discord. So the first question we have here is, how's the team doing? And he says, sadly, I can't answer this other than what I've been told since I'm actually traveling right now. From what I've told, people obviously are sad about losing some good people at DE, but we literally control our own destiny right now, and that's exciting, which means, publishers usually have a little say-so in what goes on. What changes on the player end should we expect to see when? And he says what changes is actually we'll get stuff out to you faster and be a little bit more lean. And we'll see a little bit more what he's talking about a little bit later in this AMA. And we'll talk more on it then when we get there. But let's go on to the next question, which is there another content update planned before Founder Season 2? Also, any update on player storage coming in the game? And the answer is that this obviously impacts the entire roadmap, and we'll give an update on that soon. Just look forward to that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Question, will Airship Syndicate look for a new publisher? The answer is that we will, but we also operated the day-to-day for Wayfinder, so really not a ton changes for us or even you, the player. The next question is, when the next open world map will shine for us, maybe Season 2 or Season 3, and will it bring mounts with it? And the answer is that one of the things we're talking about is doing more faster. Maybe that means even some gray box or unfinished tiles in new lost zones. Only time will tell, but speed will be paramount. And so they just kind of want to get content out as fast as they can and make fixes all up in this early Founders Edition, this early access period, I believe. And then when the game launches, they'll have a lot more content. I'm thinking, since DE was handling the feature upvote, as far as I know, will you guys be looking into a new way to let us get feedback on the game? And the simple answer is yes. Will there be more ways to spend money on the game other than Founders Packs and the current cosmetic shop items? I want an excuse to spend more money on Wayfinder. I love the game and want to support it as much as I can. He says, again, we appreciate it, but we aren't looking for a charity, no offense. If we take your money, we want to give you content. The next question is, will player login change now? I assume DE login account will change. Eventually it will. For the time being, no, it's the same. So hopefully that migration to another account login saves all our data. And it's probably why it's going to take a little bit of time, because they want to make sure all that stuff is going on right. Like a lot of people have a lot of hours in this game now, and we've had to log in through a different service and it messes with the data. And a lot of people are going to be really mad. So that's going to be one of those issues that they make sure they handle very gently. What about handling the servers? You guys plan on going peer-to-peer? Says no plans. We always handle the servers. That doesn't change anything. Digital Extremes handle the accounts, the queues, login, etc. Question, are you still planning to do dev streams soonish? Maybe talk about things that are going on now or things coming to the game soon. Yeah, I think so. Maybe we do one when I'm back. Are daggers imbalanced, or are the other melee weapons just underperforming? And the answer to this is all melee is underperforming, updates coming. Question, guild system possibly affected? Answer, we'll obviously prioritize what makes sense to put out, but content we had in the hopper doesn't just go away. Would you say Season 2 is still something we can expect in late November, early December after these recent changes? So Season 2 is going to be definitely delayed at this point. It doesn't mean content isn't coming, but what we'd call Season 2 is. And then Starro tags this with likely saying to expect some content slated for Season 2 to appear outside of Season 2, even though Season 2 itself is delayed. And I wonder why Season 2 would be delayed. I wonder if that has something to do with getting all the data sorted and situated, or getting login stuff prepared for more people to come in. If Digital Extremes handle the logins and queue time and queues, then you're gonna have a lot more people coming back to check out Season 2. And they want to make sure all that stuff is kind of working properly until they release Season 2. Unfortunately, that means we're going to be pushed back more on that, and that potentially also pushes back the free-to-play version of the game. It says, do you guys want to continue with smaller instances server like the game currently has, or do you plan at some point in the future to switch to bigger world servers that can have more than 20 people per instance at the same time? Let's say similar to how WoW does it. It says servers can hold 35 right now, which is where we'll be for the foreseeable future. Will we likely see 5 or more Founders seasons? Free to play should be a priority still. And the answer is that I don't know the answer to this. We're prioritizing getting fast content out and being bold with changes. Question: did you lose any developers or developer mentors in this process? I wasn't clear what the support role entailed fully. And the answer is that no, we obviously had people we worked with at DE, but none directly developed the game. And question is, so are you open to take risks with updates? And he says 1,000%. So prepare for things to be broken and overcorrections and undercorrections. How do you feel about the silo lick sticker? He hates it. We're gonna put that on the screen so you guys can see what that looks like, hopefully. Question: how badly does today's news affect you guys development-wise? I see that you mentioned the changes can come quicker due to DE not interfering, but are there any other side effects? And he says that there is definitely a morale aspect to it, but I feel our crew is amazing and they understand where we're going and are invigorated more than ever to do rad stuff with the game. Question: solid. Can you tell us of anything the team is excited about regarding the news today? Answer: we're excited to just try crazy stuff and be more agile. We have so much in the pipe that is exciting. It was mentioned before that you will be able to put out content faster and with fewer restrictions. Are you able to say what kind of restrictions were previously in place? No specifics, but publisher usually sets priorities and dates for things. And this really sounds like that when they plan to have patches drop and these mid patches were all kind of set up by Digital Extremes in the background, how they wanted that stuff to come out. And that might have been against what Airship Syndicate wanted. And so we're going to see what happens now with these next couple of weeks and how they put out content. They say there's supposed to be an update coming next week, but it's not next week yet, so we don't know what that's going to be, but hopefully we see some information soon. So the next one is, if Airship Syndicate's going independent, so will there be any changes in free-to-play and monetization plans? And the answer is that we were always independent. What is the biggest gap you're going to have to fill because of this? You mentioned launch delays, but if you guys do all dev in-house, I am curious to what has truly changed. Honestly, all day-to-day operations with airships anyway have been the same. The only exception were login queues, accounts, and etc. And then there was Q&A about a dog that he was dog sitting, watching a house. So he had to let the dogs out. And then they have a picture here of Ranger, the magnetic tripod Ranger. Indeed, Husky and the German Shepherd mix had 12 months to live when his leg was removed due to cancer. That was 2 years ago, and he isn't slowing down. And then soon the AMA closed because everybody started kind of jumping on the dogs. Of course, there's always gonna be more information rolling out, and I hope to be able to give you guys that information. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about all this stuff. Like the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.